I've been a Christian now for 47 years and a pastor for 43 of those 47 years. I've been a witness most of the time, tried to talk to people about the Lord, invite people to come to the Lord, be saved. And over the years, I've been accused of a lot of things, criticized. I remember when I first got saved, a lot of my high school friends said, Marvin, he's just going through a phase, he'll get over it. For the longest time, I wanted to make sure I stayed faithful, Lord, just so that I could prove them wrong, that it wasn't a phase that I was going through. But one of the things that's happened recently, that has happened more and more often recently, so it seems like it must be kind of a new argument, or at least an argument that people have gotten into, is the idea that, well, I'm only a Christian because my parents were a Christian and because I grew up in a Christian country, and that if I lived in India, I'd be a Hindu. If I lived in the Middle East, I'd be a Muslim. If I lived in Asia, I'd be a Buddhist. But one of the interesting things is about Christ is that wherever we go in the world as Christians and we share Christ, people of all cultures and all faiths, when they hear of Christ, many of them get saved. I've met former Buddhists, former Muslims, former Hindi people who are now believers in the Lord Jesus Christ, and actually many of them who are now even pastors, who are pastors of Baptist churches. The majority of the world's population knows God is. They just don't know who God is. And many of those people around the world, when they hear the message of the Lord Jesus Christ, have realized that the God that they're missing is Jesus. The Apostle Paul, in the book of Acts in chapter number 17, the Bible says that he went to preach on Mars Hill, and as he began his address, he said, to the unknown God, to your unknown God, he's the one I'm preaching to you. They have all these idols, they have all of these gods, all these false gods, but they're worshiping. They also have an idol or a statue or a marker for the unknown God, the God that they have not met yet. Paul said, that's the God I'm preaching to you, the true and living God and his son, Jesus Christ.